Hello, this is just a very quick video about how I've sought to find a cost-effective way of home charging of my Renault Zoe R135. It's a ZE50 which I've had for about 6 months now. I bought it second hand at 4 years old, and actually I'm very pleased with it. When it came, it only came with one of these type 2 cables, so I thought I was going to have to buy a charge point and have it installed at the house, which would be about 800 quid. But I was tipped by a friend that that might not be necessary, because our house has got this outside socket which I think was installed to run a lawnmower or something. So I bought a just a sort of standard granny cable, as everybody calls it. I wrapped orange tape around it to stop me tripping up over it on dark nights, and I found that it's actually a very effective way of charging the car, and I want to explain why. Okay, I've come inside out of the wind. So what I've found is the Zoe, so this is the ZE50, which means it's a 52 kilowatt hour battery. So the advantage of that is that it gives a car a good range, about 200 miles I work on as a sort of working average, a bit less than that in winter. I'm actually getting a bit more than that now. It's starting to be somewhere about 220. I think the specified range is 240. But what that means is, even just with the granny charger, which charges at about 2.5 to 3 kilowatts, even if I run the battery quite low, say down to the last 10% or so, and then come back in at the end of the day, then if you just plug it in overnight like you do your mobile phone, it's pretty much full in the morning. So actually it's good enough for that. But more normally, I've found a way whereby if I don't let it go down too low, I can actually charge it at a very economic rate. I'm going to explain a bit more about that. Okay, so one of the features, the nice features about the Zoe, is it has this quite comprehensive display, and if you go into settings and then you go into EV programming, it gives you a choice of 3 modes. Now normally you might have it set on immediate charge, so basically you plug it in and it starts charging. So particularly if you drive, if you're away from home, you're driving somewhere, you stop at the motorway station, you want it to charge immediately, so that's like the default if you like. You can get it to postpone charge, but the one that I use is program charge. And what that does, I don't know if you can see this, it lets you say for each different day of the week what time you would like it to do the charging. So now I don't charge it on all of these different days that are shown, but if it is connected at this time on any of those days, it will start to charge. So as you can see, I've got it set there from 31 minutes past midnight until 05:29 in the morning, and there is a reason for that. So basically what I do is, if the charge so like at the moment we're down to about 2/3, you can see on the blue here. So if the charge is down below about 70%, and again I'll explain why in a bit, then I plug it in at night and just leave it overnight, a bit like you do in the mobile with your mobile phone. And then when I come back in the morning, it will have put about 25% charging. Right, why do I do it that way rather than letting it die completely? I will explain. Okay, so although I don't have an intelligent charger, I've just got the granny charger, I've gone for Octopus Energy, and I've gone for their Go tariff. Because it has this thing in the night, the normal daily, the red line is the cost per unit, cost per kilowatt hour. So for the period 12:30 at night until 5:30 in the morning, the cost per unit goes down dramatically to about 8.5p per kilowatt hour, compared to about 24p per kilowatt hour during the day. So what I do is, the Zoe is set to charge, so on a night, see if I can do this, when I'm charging the car, this is what the usage looks like. So the usage jumps from, I mean, this is just a normal house using the dishwasher, the washing machine, this kind of thing. When the Zoe is charging, it comes on at exactly the moment when the cost rate comes down, and it charges for that period of time, and then it stops before the charge rate goes up. So I'm actually charging at 8.5p per kilowatt hour. The Zoe does 4 miles per kilowatt hour, so it's actually 2p a mile it's costing me to put fuel in the car. 2p a mile, and it's completely green energy as well. I mean, basically it's leftover wind energy that Octopus have got in Scotland that they like to sell to us cheap. So not only is it super eco, it's super cheap at 2p per kilowatt hour. And the amount of charge that gives me is about 25% of the battery. So that's why if it comes down, if the battery gets down to about 70%, I just plug it in overnight, and then it's back up to 95% in the morning. And actually you don't want a lot more than 95%, because you need a little bit of percentage so that the first few times you put your brakes on, it's got somewhere to put that spare energy. So although I don't have an intelligent charger and I don't have any kind of fancy system, just by using the capability of the Zoe with the programming thing and this Octopus Go tariff, I'm getting a really cost effective and a really green means of running my car. Anyway, hope that's been useful. Any questions, put them in the chat. Thanks, bye bye.